Have you ever felt like you're being watched? These shocking clips caught on camera will make you question everything. Stay tuned, because what you see next will make you think twice before turning off the lights. In November 2017, a clip surfaced showing a man working late at his office. It was just another quiet night, until an alarm suddenly went off, startling him. Confused and uneasy, he tried to understand what was happening. At first, the man decided to check things out, walking through the dimly lit office, but after finding nothing unusual, he returned to his desk, thinking it was all over. But little did he know, whatever was behind this wasn't done messing with him. Moments later, another noise echoed through the office, this time louder and closer. Visibly scared, the man hesitated, but decided to check again. As he steps out of a room, the door slams shut behind him on its own, sending a jolt of fear through him. Then just as he turns around, a wheeled chair in front of him starts to move, rolling directly towards him. This was no coincidence. The man didn't wait to find out what would happen next. He bolted, sprinting out of the office, leaving the eerie silence behind. Some say it was a prank, others believe it was something far more sinister. One thing's for sure, that night he learned not all alarms are false. Being a parent is challenging, especially when it comes to protecting your children from harm. While keeping them safe from physical dangers is something you can manage, how do you protect them when the threat comes from the other side? In 2019, Josh Higgins and Heather Brow, a couple from Michigan, made headlines after sharing chilling footage of what they believed to be a ghost haunting their young daughter, Lily. Concerned about their child, the parents had set up a camera to monitor her, hoping to keep her safe. But what they found shocked them to their core. The footage revealed what appeared to be a spectral figure moving through Lily's room. The parents were terrified. This wasn't just a figment of their imagination, it was captured on camera. Josh and Heather claimed that this presence had been assaulting them, first targeting their daughter and then Heather herself.
Something else. I mean, there was even a morning that I woke up and I had felt like something was around like someone's hands were around my...
Disturbed and desperate for answers, they reached out to paranormal investigators. What they uncovered was even more unsettling. A man who once lived in the house had taken his own life there, and it seemed he never left. For the Higgins-Brow family, this wasn't just a ghost story. It was their reality. A haunting that blurred the line between the seen and unseen, leaving them to wonder, how do you protect your child when the threat is from beyond the grave? This isn't the first time the witness has been to this house. He recalls a previous visit saying, "It's like the people living there just up and left." This time, while driving past the house at night, the witness decided to stop and shine his flashlight on the old abandoned building. What he saw next left him stunned. There, in the beam of light, was the ghostly figure of a person, a chilling confirmation that he hadn't imagined his first encounter. The prospect of facing whatever is lurking in that house was enough to give anyone pause, but the witness seemed determined to uncover the truth. What could drive someone to return to a place that exudes such a sense of dread? Curiosity, bravery, or perhaps something pulling him back? For this witness, the mystery of the abandoned house is far from over. Whether he finds answers or more questions remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, some places are better left in the dark. In 2022, Kathy Callinger, a 45-year-old woman from Ontario, Canada, made headlines when she claimed to have captured undeniable evidence of the supernatural in her home. Kathy had recently moved into her new house and quickly began noticing strange and unsettling occurrences. Determined to get to the bottom of these disturbances, Kathy installed CCTV cameras throughout her home, hoping to catch whatever was causing the strange activity. One night, the cameras caught something truly chilling. The footage shows her cat, Salem, sitting alone in a room, staring intently at two dolls placed on a piece of furniture. Suddenly, Salem bolts out of the room as if spooked by something unseen. But if you take a closer look at the footage, you'll notice something even more disturbing. A shadowy figure seems to leap off the dolls' bodies, almost as if something was inhabiting them. Kathy explained that one of the dolls had belonged to her mother and dated back to the 1950s. Could this heirloom be the source of the haunting? For Kathy, this was the evidence she was looking for, but instead of bringing her peace, it only raised more questions. What was the shadow? Why did it target the dolls? And most unsettling of all, is it still there, lurking in the shadows of her home? On October 7, 2023, footage from an internet cafe reveals a truly bizarre encounter. The owner's girlfriend, Jen, arrived late at night to do some important paperwork. With only her cat, Bulog, to keep her company, Jen settled in, unaware of the chilling events that were about to unfold. As Jen worked, she noticed what seemed like an invisible force of some kind was in one of the chairs at a nearby PC. Startled but dismissive, she brushed it off as a trick of the light and continued with her work. After briefly leaving her seat to fetch additional papers, she returned. But then something even stranger happened. A chair at a different PC moved slightly on its own, followed by the keyboard slipping and hanging off the table. Jen got up to investigate, but as she did, the headset from the same PC fell to the floor. Now visibly shaken, Jen quickly left the shop and called her boyfriend. He suggested it might be rats, but Jen knew better. She thought it might have been their cat, Bulog, but realized the cat was in the kitchen at the time. Determined to figure out what was going on, Jen cautiously re-entered the shop, turning off the lights to get a better look. Almost immediately, a chair violently flew towards her, narrowly hitting her as she bolted out of the shop, throwing her paperwork in a panic. Jen and her boyfriend later admitted that they had never encountered anything like this before and had no history with the paranormal. What could have caused such an aggressive and unexplainable event? Was it just a freak accident or something beyond comprehension? For Jen, that night proved that sometimes the most ordinary places can hide the most extraordinary and terrifying secrets. In March 2022, Joey and Amy Radke, a couple from Minnesota, made headlines when they released footage of what can only be described as a disturbing sight. The Radkes had recently moved into their new home and had gone out for errands, leaving their cameras on for proper surveillance. But when they returned, they were greeted by something truly terrifying. The footage revealed the chilling image of a figure that looked eerily like an old woman in pajamas, wandering through their home. Their pets, visibly spooked, ran for cover as the figure appeared, reacting in fear to something unseen but clearly sensed. The Radkes later recalled that they had been warned about the house's haunted history. Neighbors spoke of an elderly woman who had passed away while living there, and some claimed her spirit never left. But Joey and Amy ignored the signs, brushing off the warnings as nothing more than local folklore. However, the evidence on their cameras told a different story. The question now was, how do you live in a place where the previous tenant might never have left? A chilling reminder that some warnings should never be ignored. In 2018, a woman named Christy Ranieri was taking a leisurely walk near the summer house, once owned by the prominent King family. While enjoying her stroll, Christy decided to stop and take a selfie, capturing the serene beauty of the historic grounds. However, when Christy got home and reviewed the picture, she noticed something that sent chills down her spine. In the background, the faint face of a ghost appeared in one of the house's windows, a ghostly figure that Christy was certain wasn't there when she took the photo. Christy explained that the figure could only be the spirit of Ginevra King, a famed American socialite and heiress. Ginevra was once part of the elite group known as the Big Four and had ties to the King family, whose summer house Christy had been visiting. The sighting suggested that Ginevra might still be wandering the world, unable to leave the places she once knew so well. Was this a mere trick of the light, or did Christy capture something far more unsettling? The image leaves little doubt for those who believe Ginevra King may be gone, but her spirit seems to linger, watching from the shadows, staring out from her old home. Thanks for watching. If these paranormal events gave you chills, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And if you're up for more scares, click on the screen. What happens next is even creepier.